Why is probate so awful, and why do you want to stay away from it as far as you can? Hi, I'm Sabrina Winters. I'm an estate planning and probate attorney in Charlotte, North Carolina. Visit our website at sabrinawinterslaw.com. Plenty of more videos, a lot of educational information, and there is also a way for you to schedule your appointment on your own. Why is probate so awful? Well, there's so many reasons, but I'm going to start with what is probate. So probate is the court process of allowing somebody to be appointed to make sure that they have the authority to collect your assets and distribute your estate. That could either be with a will or without a will. There still is a probate process. The only assets that don't get handled through the court process are assets that have beneficiaries on them or they're owned with rights of survivorship. Everything else needs to go through probate. That process is long, tedious, complicated, expensive, and not private. Those are the top 5 reasons why people don't like probate and why you should avoid it. Where does the privacy issue come in? When somebody opens an estate, they are required through that process to list certain assets that belong to the person that died. Not only is the asset listed, but the value of the asset is listed and who the beneficiaries are. There is no longer any privacy because in North Carolina, the probate files are public documents. Anybody can walk in off the street and ask for any file and you're given it unless there's a reason why it was sealed, which there are very few. The privacy issue over assets makes a difference. Privacy as well could be, well, I excluded one of my children from inheriting. I don't want them to know anything that I have. Well, they might find out more than you expect if you have a probate that has to list all of these assets that you don't want that child to see. The complicated part is it takes a really long time from beginning to end. Not only does it take a long time, but in between that long time, there's a lot of steps that the person has to take, whether it be publishing a notice to creditors or contacting financial institutions, chasing them down for the information they need. Now they have the information, now they have to collect the assets and make those distributions. And then they've got the court that is overseeing everything that they're doing and analyzing it to make sure that you're doing it correctly. So the time is also something that is a big reason to stay away from probate. Also an expense. Many people hire attorneys like myself to do the process alongside them because we know the statutes, we know the courts, we know the procedures, we know the things to do and the things not to do. Anybody who's never handled this before will not know what's going on, and the clerks are not allowed to share legal guidance. As much as they would like to, because it probably would make their life easier, they just are not allowed to. They're allowed to only explain procedure, and their typical comment is, you need to find an attorney to answer these questions for you. If you have not done your estate plan, you need to get one now. You need to learn how your particular estate can avoid the horrible probate process and what steps you need to take to get to that point. How are you going to keep your family from having to go through all of that trouble and all of that expense and heartache just to get to the end in inheriting assets that you wanted them to have? Make sure that you like and follow us, and remember, tomorrow is not promised for any of us.